Thank you everybody for watching Radio Free QuickBooks Television. We're glad to have you aboard. Hope you're having a great day. My name is Woody Adams. I'm a product specialist with Intuit, dealing mostly in the realm of QuickBooks and QuickBooks related issues. And we are filming live from the Pecos studio at Intuit here in Plano, Texas. And of course, my friends and co-hosts and co-founders of Radio Free QuickBooks are with us. Stacy, Kildal, Brolin. Stacy, how's it going?
It's going great. I'm having a blast.
And you are?
I am fabulous. I am.
Very nice.
Thank you for asking. Dawn?
Dawn?
Yeah, so I'm also doing very well myself. I would, when I'm not today, who am I not today? I'm not going to have my hair dyed pink.
Right.
I'm not doing it. It's totally fine, yeah. But that's what makes us
even though you have QuickBooks Online clients, you're not going to that
exactly
extreme.
Right.
Gotcha.
But I have
this is what
brought
happens.
on, yeah, when you start going hardcore with QuickBooks Online.
Yeah. After
Pink
8
hair.
years of using QuickBooks Online, this is what happens.
And I have to say I'm a desktop lover.
Oh yeah,
I just do. I love it. I do have some clients online, but
right. Very good.
I represent.
Awesome. Well, we're. And by the way, I just wanted to say for those of you who listen to the show weekly, the radio portion, not the visual TV thing you're seeing now, we do appreciate your patronage and loving that.
Absolutely.
Horse and buggy ride over from the hotel, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was a little bumpy.
Is that nice?
Yeah, it was a little bumpy. No
Cold?
shock absorbers and those suckers.
Chilly too.
Yeah, it was a little chilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
All right, well, we're happy to have Brian Crofts on today. He's a product manager here over TurboTax CPA Select. Brian, thanks for coming on the Radio Free QuickBooks TV.
Good to be here.
Yeah, and if you could introduce yourself to the audience and kind of give a little bit about nostalgia, your story with Intuit, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. So my story starts back from when I was an intern. I actually was an intern at
Oh, wow.
Intuit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I've been here about 8 years now.
Wow.
And I came directly from college. I was a finance guy.
Okay.
Thought working in finance for a finance software company would be a great foundation. So I spent some time in finance, then had a stint in strategy to kind of see some of the broader initiatives that we're doing here in this business. And then I really just, I knew I was a product guy. I love solving big problems, love working with accountants, but really not on some of the desktop and some of the flagship. I always wanted to experiment with kind of some business model innovation, like how can we actually change the way accountants do work, the way clients get their taxes done. And so that really kind of leads to this product that I've been working on over the past about 9 months, which is TurboTax CPA Select, which really for us it's a totally different way of doing taxes, and which really highlights the benefits that we're trying to achieve here at Intuit, which is saving the accountant's time, right? Productivity tools that you guys have seen come out, and then also helping them grow their practice.
Yeah.
And so what we'll get into today, I'm sure, is really to focus on how this product helps accountants gain clients.
While you were talking there, I was thinking, Dawn and Stacy, Brian probably hangs out with Jim Buffett a lot.
Oh, definitely.
Because he's always talking. There's similar themes.
Yeah. I would say I'm at a little lower altitude. He's what we call a visionary, which is like they're 5 to 10 years out, which means they don't have to do anything. Like I'm an innovationist, right?
Oh, we might have to cut that out.
We actually have to deliver stuff.
Oh,
but
wow.
I would tell you,
that's good.
That's hardcore.
I would tell you, Jim's absolutely inspiring.
That's good.
He pushes the envelope.
We love
Yes.
Buffington.
If it wasn't for Jim, I wouldn't be wearing a coat, sport coat.
Yeah.
So he and I are the only ones in the
So
building.
he's the guy that comes to us and says, hey, $100 million isn't cool, $100 billion is cool. So he's that guy for us. He pushes.
Well, I drop his name because he was the first guest on Radio for QuickBooks 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And he was the first radio TV guest. So,
yeah, that's big shoes to fill.
Oh yeah, that's right. So now, Dawn, you've signed up for the program.
Correct, I have signed up for
the
the
CPA
program.
Select.
Yes.
Okay.
Amy Ball pushed it out, and Brian pushed it out. When you see Amy Ball's name, you could just go yes.
Yeah.
You don't even read the email. You go, okay, I'll do it. Interestingly enough, I actually wasn't one at the time. I said, please hold a spot for me because
Oh, you weren't a CPA yet?
yeah,
There you go.
January 3rd, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
I said, can you just hold a spot for me? She was like, absolutely, and so that
Nice.
was that. So I am in the program.
So let's talk about that, Brian. Like, how did it come about? Why? What was this kind of genesis? And then we'll go into, like, Don, who gets to play.
Yeah, so I think it started out a long time ago. I think in the grant aspect of it, at Intuit, we've always been looking at how can we build more clients for accountants, and then also how can we go compete with the tax store space, right? Because I think we can all agree we don't want people to go to tax stores or local store to get their tax done, right?
That's a nice way to put it. Tax stores.
Tax stores, tax shops.
I like that.
Not
That's
tax,
nice.
not tax firms, but tax shops,
Tax
right?
stores or booths.
That's right. Or
We can even maybe call them booths. Tax booths.
that
Right.
may or may not be in grocery stores.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say that,
That's
but
right.
you can find
Yes, we-
possibly at a large store.
That's right. So we've always been in the space of, look, we've got software that has people do it for them. We've also got accountants, right? That do experts that are the best of the best, and they do accountants for people, right? Or they do tax returns for people. So we've always been looking at that space. But then this year, at Intuit, we've really been looking at how do we leverage the 50 million people that use our products, and how do we create these platforms for them to connect better? Well, so if you think about our business unit and Intuit, we've got over 100,000 plus, a couple 100,000 of accountants, best of the best, right? And then we've also got this brand name, household name brand of TurboTax, right? So they do commercials, there's awareness. So the idea is, you kind of fall out of your bed and come out of this idea. It's so easy. We connect those people that want taxes done for them with people that professionally do taxes.
It's like a dating service.
It's the
That's
match.com.
how you explain it, right?
That's right. And so
I love that.
And so for us, it was the easiest network effects platform, which is kind of the buzzword at Intuit, to connect these customers that we have together. And so that was the genesis of it. And of course, we've been doing a lot of experiments over the past 9 months to really narrow down on, we think this is the best, right? We think this is, now, as we go into season, we're going to see and dial in on what's the most optimal experience. But that's really the genesis.
Okay.
How do we connect our pros with people that want taxes done for them?
Very good. And let's start with the pros. So Dawn is a CPA. She signed up. What type of accountant are we looking for?
Well, we fully recognize that enrolled agents and other pros are fully capable of doing it.
Right.
The reason why, so as you guys know, it's called TurboTax CPA Select.
Right.
And we went with that brand because, and when we think about our target customers, small businesses, that's a credential that people really recognize quickly when it comes to taxes, right? And so it's really a brand play.
Right.
Because if you think about it, we're trying to convince them to do two things. One, don't go to the current tax prep that you go to now, the tax store, or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
We want you to go here, right? And so the quick way to do that is, one, we have CPAs, right? So people, that resonates with people, and it's with TurboTax.
Right.
And so, without explaining too much, people say this is highly, this feels good. I can support this. It's CPAs and it's TurboTax. I can trust that.
Right.
Absolutely, and it shows too. We have so much faith in our experts, so like Don and all the
Mm-hmm.
CPAs out there,
Sure.
et cetera. So no, I get that.
I have faith in you.
Now you are, and we're going to go into the client's process there, and maybe more about the requirements. But we are looking for accountants to sign up now.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's exciting is that because we're partnering with TurboTax and we're leveraging their brand, we know we're going to get thousands of leads for people that need their taxes done for them.
Right.
Small businesses and individuals that need it done for them. And so we look at our current supply, and we've got 50 to 75 accountants throughout the country. But the reality is, to handle the demand that we're anticipating, we need more accountants.
Oh yeah.
And so this is our kind of first, as we're pushing the last couple of weeks before tax season starts taking off, we feel like we have a couple weeks to onboard another couple hundred.
Right.
And there are some credentials which we'll talk about and some requirements, but we still need about
Okay.
100 or so to join.
And where do they go to sign up for those?
So we actually have a specific marketing page for
Okay.
accountants where they can go, and we'll have the information available
Right.
where you can go and you can sign up. And really, then the first thing after signing up is building your profile.
Yeah.
So, adding a picture, adding client reviews, that kind of thing to build up your profile.
Put
And
the
then-
picture on.
Yeah, put the picture.
That's
picture.
really important.
And it's so funny you mentioned that.
They love to see those on the
Yeah.
ProAdvisor
Yeah.
website.
40% more hits or something?
40% more hits or calls or whatever it is, just by putting a picture and not a logo. That's what because a lot of people
Yeah.
will put up a logo.
That's right.
Not a logo. Clients want to see your beautiful shining face.
Yeah, and that is really key, especially in this service, because they're not walking into the door
Exactly.
Right.
seeing you that you're
Exactly.
real. They need a profile picture. And what's interesting, we've done some tests as well, and we've seen that we have all this. We'll show you guys all this information about work they do, their credentials, their background. But the first thing people do is look at the picture, and I think most of them make a decision based off the picture. And so, high quality picture, ratings and reviews, and then everything else is secondary.
And what other requirements besides CPA for the accountants? And then we'll talk about clients, how they sign up.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that we have the highest quality, and so we even are doing things like a background check, a simple background check. We're validating that they have PTIN, right? So that's very important.
Right.
You did background check on Brolin?
It's coming.
She has
we'll
a badge,
talk about that.
Did
She
she?
has a badge.
I hope you passed.
It's no problem.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
I've been
that.
waiting for that verification before I do anything, so we're good.
So background checks to make sure that we're not, it makes sense, right? We don't want to set our customers up with criminal CPAs, right? So we want to verify that they have a good, clean background, PTIN, also that they do, in fact, they are a CPA, a licensed CPA. And then they simply have to fill out some paperwork. We want their W-9 so we can pay them, and we know the tax implications of that. And then they're actually joining Intuit from an individual contractor perspective. So because again, we're representing them. They're joining our platform. Dawn's joining our platform, and so we extend to her a statement of work that outlines payment terms and even things like SLAs to just ensure that the client has a high quality experience and a great service.
And Intuit, how do they make money from it? As you're kind of like the Match.com putting.
It's a great question. Really for us, we've put the burden on us to make sure that we're delivering high quality leads.
Right.
And we're not just a lead generation. We're also in the process. We'll show it on the client experience.
Right.
We're actually in the business of collecting documents and all the back and forth. In fact, we have data that suggests 30% of an accountant's time with tax prep is spent on going back and forth collecting the data. Whether it's W-2s, 1099s, there's a lot of back and forth. So we're actually doing that. We have an experience and a portal within the platform where we have support agents and admin that will go and do that work for you.
Nice.
So we're not.
Can they just do the returns too and send us money? You're almost there.
In the future. But no, the point is we're doing more than just lead gen.
Right.
And we want to put the emphasis on we need to do a lot to earn some kind of money. So what comes down to is when the client is done, when the return is done, and able to access the return, they have to pay.
Okay.
And they pay, the way it works is they pay into it. So if it's a $300 return, they pay into it. And then we subsequently pay the accountant 75% of the gross revenue.
Right.
So if there was any discounts or any incentives that we offered, we ignore that in terms of the payment to the accountant. We give 75% of the gross revenue to the accountant.
Very good.
And so again, think of us as your sales, your marketing, your admin, all the pain in the neck stuff. So you guys can focus just on tax stuff.
So we got about a minute and a half.
I got a really great question.
Oh yeah, please.
I got a really good question. So for the CPAs, and of course we want to talk a little bit about the client experience, but the CPAs, what platform do they prepare the returns on?
So in terms of the software? So right now it's anything that you use, right? So if you use Pro Series, if you use Insert, even if you use a competitive software right now, we just want the best of the best. Right?
You're getting so you're uploading the PDF of the final return ultimately.
Yeah. So if you're in Listserv, you generate a PDF, you upload that PDF on the return.
Gotcha.
So it's from that point on, you just use your typical best practices or your software. We're not going to dictate that.
ITO.
This year only, we're letting anybody with any software come in. Next year, we're probably going to close it so that only Intuit software can be used.
So imagine also the, with Michael Moss, the session we had with him,
Right.
we upload the documents and have it
Oh,
auto
the
do
tax import? Right.
auto population,
Yeah.
so we're gonna hook that, we're
Okay,
gonna get
so-
that part all mirrored up, and then everything's already in there, and again, we just kinda say, oh yeah, this is all right, everything, double check it, bam, done.
So how does the client, you have a second to show quickly how the client would go? And
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so the first thing that the client sees is just a typical landing page,
Yeah.
right? Where we really highlight the benefit that it's all about getting your maximum refund, getting every penny you deserve, but the nuance here is that a CPA is going to do it for you.
Nice.
So we're really trying to highlight the benefit,
Right.
and we show just really quickly how it works,
Right.
that you go in, you select your CPA, you start to share and upload important tax information on the site, you connect with the CPA, whether it's phone call or an email, and then you simply let the CPA do the work.
Nice.
So the first thing is I click here to start for free.
Cool.
You go on to, again, and we talked about this Match.com almost
Right,
like
right.
experience where I
Yeah.
can go in and I can
It does
see
kind of.
I can see these different accounts.
Match.com.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I keep saying that, but I've actually never been to Match.
I know.
But imagine
But
you
it could
go-
get you in trouble because we're on television.
That's
so.
right. I've never been there. That's my disclaimer. So it's great. So you can go and
Yeah.
start to match up these clients or these accountants and look to see, okay, which one do you prefer?
Cool.
Right. So you can see in this case, Joshua has 5-star ratings.
Right.
He also has a couple of reviews. You can see Patrick Lee, he's got 7 reviews. And I can go in and actually look at their particular page that shows more information like
Charts.
where do they focus?
Yeah.
Charts and graphs, view their practice areas. You can even see like their resume, their background, and then of course read all the ratings reviews.
Perfect.
So it's a lot like an Amazon type experience where you just keep going down further and further and you get more information about the client or the accountant. So I've got multiple pages that I can look through. Then I simply say, I like this CPA, so I'm going to choose this CPA. And then we have this really easy sign-up process.
Right.
And what we really try to highlight is the accountant that you're choosing. We even include a customer quote to really make you feel comfortable that you're doing the right steps, that you've picked the right accountant. And then you can do one or two things. You can just simply connect through Facebook,
Which
has become a best practice. It
saves
a lot of
That's
time.
interesting.
And
Really?
Yeah.
I never use that.
You never use that function?
I never ever sign into anything with Facebook.
Yeah, and we're kind of testing it out to see if that's, and again, these are consumers, right?
Right.
And it's with a lot of consumer internet businesses, that's
Facebook's
an option, right? Because all I have to do is click on it and I don't have to fill out any information.
Right.
And of course, it doesn't mean we're going to start to, we have access to your pictures or your Facebook data.
Right.
It's just a quick way and a great use experience for the client. Or you can go in and you can fill out the information.
So they sign in, and then there's some type of engagement process, and then you start uploading things?
Yeah, and what's interesting, and again, this goes back to saving the accountant's time.
Yeah.
It's our job, right, to make sure that these are high quality leads. So before the accountant even knows that somebody has selected you, they've gone through the process of signing up and sharing documents. Once they've shared documents, and I'll show you that in a minute, then the accountant is notified. And the reason why that's important is because then they have a quality lead. Right? They have somebody that selected them to do their taxes, and they've shown that they have the right behaviors. They're willing to share things online with the accountant, and then therefore we feel like that's a quality lead. It's not only a quality lead, but we've started to accumulate their data information.
All right, let's look at the shared documents, and then we'll close it up.
Okay, cool. So the next thing is you see a screen, and it's a really basic screen where you can either drag or drop files, or you can or you can just simply upload from your file. It's a best practice. It's common.
I love the drag and drop.
Yeah, drag and drop's
I'm
good.
a drag and dropper.
Yeah, and so you just imagine just taking your W-2 from the desktop or whatever, dragging and dropping it. During the extension season, we ran a pilot, and we were trying to understand, do we need mobile, right? So the idea of taking pictures and sharing versus uploading from your computer.
Love that.
And we saw a lot of success with it. So we didn't have a mobile app built at that point, but we just said, hey, you know what, just take a picture of the W-2, get it on your desktop, and then upload it. And we saw that was a really efficient way of sharing documents.
Are you guys gonna do a mobile app for it?
Yeah, so what's great about this site right now, it's optimized for mobile. And with the new operating system on the iPhone, you can actually go and say, upload a file, and then the picture thing comes up. So you can either upload or take a picture.
Sweet.
Love
So we're agreeing. And so then that's at that point when they share the documents, that's
Right.
when the accountant's notified, and that's
Oh,
when
very
the
cool.
process begins.
Nice.
Well, Brian, we really appreciate you coming on and talking about TurboTax
No
CPA Select.
I
It's a
love
really
this,
cool
I think
program.
this is great.
And we'll have the link for you guys on the site, and we're going to go ahead and hold the shot. Radio Free QuickBooks TV out. So look at that camera there. 3, 2, 1.
Thanks for watching this episode of RFQ-TV. For more episodes of RFQ-TV, you can check out intuitacademy.com. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, and if you'd like to continue the discussions, you can find us on LinkedIn.